go back to Twitter. Go to this one's Twitter.
Why are you saying that? We had a little bit of...
We had a mix. Alex couldn't figure out how to stop the camera.
They had some kind of upgrade.
So Brett just...
See my face.
Just a
see a big
close-up of his face.
Big blow up.
Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 83.2.
Point 2. This is the first time we've had to re-record.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Since
and
the beginning.
the audience has no idea.
Nope. Well, now they do.
So
As to why I
just
meant.
a quick story followed by a quick rant.
Well, yeah, after that I'll talk. Do I even need to mention the TI-83?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, okay, before the rant.
Okay.
83. There was not a lot to find on this. I mean, there's a lot on there, but nothing interesting or nothing that pertains to anything that we can talk about. But the TI-83 series calculator is the Texas Instrument one that you'd always get in like high school? Middle school sometimes, depending on your education level.
I'm going to look up the TI-83 and see which one that is.
It looks just
There's
like this.
several
How did you find it?
models,
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh, that was high school.
Well, a lot of people got it in middle school too for
I think
advanced
I got
classes.
one in 7th grade.
Yeah, I got one around that time too.
I mean, I got a TI-80 something for middle school, like 8th grade or
there's
something.
different models of
The,
TI.
But
the
that was the one.
The TI-83 is
It's a series.
It's a scientific calculator.
Yes.
The graphic calculators, the ones you actually play games on,
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
No, this is also considered a graphing calculator.
Yeah, there's like a...
Made by
Okay.
Texas Instruments.
Yeah.
Oh, they discontinued the TI-83?
It's
In
probably-
It's an old
2002.
fucking calculator, Josh.
No. It was introduced in 96. It was discontinued in 2004, and their predecessor is the TI-82 series, which doesn't look any different.
No. I just remember one with a big honking screen, and then another, and then the one that you just showed me.
Yep.
The TI-83 something.
So I use
Rant.
iPhones to produce the show, both the video and the audio.
Yeah.
we
because
use it for our production value, yes.
Yes.
So I made some switches so that I didn't have to stick around after we record for an hour to get the video done. So I'm using my personal phone to record the audio. So I put it on Do Not Disturb. So there's no problems.
Brett, what does Do Not Disturb mean?
Do Not Disturb means you will not get any notifications or anything. However,
Oh, my God.
there are 2 settings to Do Not Disturb.
Yes.
I did not know this because I never really use it except for this. And since I'm using my phone to do the audio part, it changes everything. So I received a call about 10 minutes into the show
Yes.
when I thought I would be safe from that. So we had to stop and start over. And then I'm like, why the hell did the call come through? I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe there's a setting that I overlooked.
Mhm.
So I get on the Do Not Disturb setting, and for some stupid reason, there's a Do Not Disturb always and when phone is unlocked. Well, who cares if
Right?
the phone is unlocked? If you don't want to be disturbed, you don't want to be disturbed.
I agree. I
crying out
totally
loud.
agree.
You know-
So
Dumbest setting
I'm
ever.
checking.
Brett
I'm checking
picked
my
up
Do
the
Not
phone
Disturb.
right after we were done, or right when he said, well, I don't know what to do. Our microphones are off. We have to do all this all over the place. And I was like, well, I could do some audio editing, but I don't feel like it. So
If
I
we
have
were-
a Do Not Disturb button with no options.
snap. Look at Samsung.
I don't get mad at Apple too often. but-
Speaking of which,
yes, I've seen.
did you see the commercial?
No, I know of it. I haven't watched it. But-
It's-
wait, did I watch it? I think I watched it without sound, so I got the main idea.
You don't need to have sound with it, really. It just gives you an idea of how far Samsung's been ahead of the curve.
Well, and the fact that they need to take shots.
Oh, this was a straight shot to Apple.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
100%. So, for those who don't know, I
Well,
wanna,
the video is like viral now, by the way.
how long ago did this commercial come out?
I don't think it's too old.
It's not very old because it's this week that I'm seeing it like in the feeds and,
Oh my
and
gosh.
stuff being shared.
It's savage as fuck. So we didn't explain what what
It's basically one feature after another of this person who has a Samsung being able to do something that the person with the Apple cannot.
That was the gist of the ending, but during the entire time he had an iPhone. In 2007 is when it started. In 2007, is that when Samsung came out with their S series? Was in 2007.
It sounds about right.
So if they did, then this is when the trend started, where Samsung was going to go face to face with Apple, and that does sound right too. Because I remember the Note 2 came out like 2000. Actually, you know what? Samsung might not have started their S series at that time.
You know why I think Samsung does this?
To prove themselves right.
Well, not exactly. I think they do
To
this
cover up the phone exploding?
No.
Oh, that's not even
they're
relevant.
Pissed that they know they have a better phone and they still can't gain any ground in the market share.
Are you talking about Samsung?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Everyone that I work with owns a Samsung.
Well,
but you don't have people lined up outside the door waiting for the next Samsung. It's the next Apple.
It's because it's a marketing trend that Apple has acquired.
I'd like to see the
being
numbers,
the first smartphone.
But my point is, they can have a great phone and they just can't be number one.
It's the fact. Well, they're going head to head. They've been going head to head.
That's what I mean.
For a
It's
while.
always 1 and 2.
It's fine. Apple will do something too.
Well, you think I don't recall ever seeing Apple doing a shot at Samsung in the marketing. I don't know. Maybe they have.
They might have.
I don't recall ever seeing it.
Yeah.
It just seems like a butthurt move from Samsung. I think it's hilarious.
I think the fact, what it is Samsung had a waterproof phone before the Apple. Samsung had what are the other features they had? They had so many
Are you talking
crazy.
about the headphone thing? Wasn't there a
That was the dongle thing that made me angry.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dongle piece that you had to use for the iPhone 7 and above to use your 3.5 millimeter head jack.
Yeah.
Headphone jack, not head jack. Speaking of phones, if we're off this topic of iPhone, I've got I don't know if you ever heard of Razer. They're a computer company.
I saw they were putting out a gaming phone.
A really good phone for it's got a long battery life. It's got great graphics. I'm just like, okay, hold the phone on the graphics.
Let me guess. $9.99.
No, it's I think it's like 700 something.
That's still a lot of money.
It's a lot. That's how much our S series phones are.
Are they?
Yeah.
Per phone?
Yeah.
Highly doubt I would agree to pay that.
You're not paying it all at once.
Yeah,
I know we're doing.
monthly.
I know it's like our plan to pay it monthly, but if I were to see the total price of 2 phones going for $700 a piece, I would not have agreed to that.
I think you just.
I think you overlooked that.
All
unless we got. I think
smartphones
maybe
are-
he traded in a phone or something. We might have got one for free or something. Like I would agree to that, but not
But
2
they're
for
all
$1,400.
multiple $100. That's
Yeah.
why they break it up over 30 payments.
Right.
Oh yeah, I understand that, but it's just I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So
a lot of money.
So this phone, it's super awesome to look at it. But the only issue I have with it is its look. It's just a square block
It is.
phone.
It's very
nothing to it.
unappealing aesthetically.
Yeah. It has front-facing speakers.
Oh really?
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like your Envy or whatever it was called.
I never had anything that had front-facing speakers.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
It was the flip phone with the keyboard and it had speakers.
Oh, the NV2?
See?
That's not a smartphone.
Oh. But you had one with front-facing speakers. Is my point.
That was mainly just a ploy at making it look like a small computer because it had the full keyboard that you could fold it open, which was cool
It
at the
was.
time.
Hey, those speakers were loud too.
They were. And HTC was, I think, one of the first smartphone companies to do the front-facing speakers, and I'm waiting for Samsung to do it. I would
Well,
love for them to do
they're
it.
bringing Motorola. Like they're pushing
Motorola is
Motorola,
pushing.
they have those snap-on
Hello,
accessories.
Moto.
Those are stupid.
They're pretty cool, though.
They might. I mean, it might be cool tech, but who's going to carry around 4 different attachments for your
never
various
know.
things?
You never know. You might have a bag for it then. I mean, it's probably for a lot of people who are on the go. It has a speaker that's attached to like a JBL speaker,
Yeah.
and then
And
it
a
has
projector
a projector's the cool one.
The camera.
Wait, it has a projector?
Mm-hmm. And a camera attachment that makes it like high lens.
I would
level.
hate that. I would
Just
never
buy a
buy
fucking
that.
camera.
I mean, just
This
a
is my
phone
camera.
Yeah.
to have to add attachments to get the really cool extras. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, it's a cool idea, but just wouldn't do it. Let's talk Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah. Again, for the second time
Josh.
now tonight. Yes, we saw Stranger Things. It was great. We started and
You made it
watched
seem
it.
like we went and watched a movie. We saw Stranger Things.
We saw Stranger Things. Well,
finished it.
It's kind of like a movie series, mini series.
It is. We watched Stranger Things 2.
Yes, it's considered
Season 2.
the sequel.
Yes.
Your thoughts on it? What were they?
My thoughts, not as good as the first one,
Right.
the first season,
Right.
but definitely a lot darker, a lot more graphic.
Mm-hmm.
But you could tell just by the first episode, like 2 scenes in, it's like money. That's all you see is like money went into this. Like you could tell the first season was just badass, and they used that to their benefit, and they just upped the graphics on everything.
I was very pleased with their production value.
Very much, yes.
Yes.
So I didn't grab me as much as the first season, but I think it's because we're not going into it raw. We're going into it knowing what to expect by watching the first season.
Right.
So that's another kind of.
How can they go above and beyond from the first one?
But I was very astonished by the acting by the from the kids in the first season, and this season is just like it blew me out of the water. Like they're amazing. You can tell that the one kid has had more acting. The one that played
Mike.
Was it Mike?
Mike?
Yes. So and he was in It.
Yes.
You can tell that he's had more experience.
I think I mentioned that last week.
Oh, you did?
I think
so.
so.
No, but you can tell that he's been in It.
He's a veteran actor now,
yes.
pretty much.
But the one kid this season that really
Let me look up his name.
really brought it to light was
Finn Wolfhard.
yeah, it's Finn something.
I think that's Mike though, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're talking about
You're
the other.
talking about Will.
Yeah,
Will.
so Will
Noah,
is.
I think his name is Noah.
Yeah, I don't remember what his actual name is, but Will, the character, that was my favorite character this year, only because this kid looks like.
How do you know that? Noah Schnapp.
I'll tell you
SCHNAPP.
after Alex finishes her thought.
Sorry, but how? How?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Go on.
I really like this character.
All right.
No, there was a scene, episode 3 or 4, where he's on the bed with his mom. I'm not doing any spoilers, but he's having this like panic attack cry episode, and it's just so moving and so believable that I was like, oh my god, this kid needs an Emmy or Oscar or whatever the heck you need to give him.
Yeah, and I think we were just discussing that on our original recording about whether or not this would be considered an Emmy series or if this is considered an Oscar thing since it's for streaming services.
Will's character and Eleven's character, there's just so much emotion and screaming and crying and just like I can't imagine that like watching it. I'm like, man, how many takes did this take? And, like, did they get it in one take? I'm like,
you might be surprised what they get in one take.
There was one thing that was released that I watched. It was their it was very short. It was on the news. They released their not your interview, but your audition. Thank you.
Oh yeah, the audition tapes. I saw that.
The audition tapes.
I saw that going around Facebook.
So I watched it, and you just get to see little clips of the kids and their audition tapes. And Eleven's character, she's like she has like her head up against the wall, and she's doing this like cry scene, and she's like super into it. And then you also see how freaking young they are, and I'm like,
yeah.
And they're just doing these auditions in the room.
Yeah.
And that's how they got it.
Yeah. That's
and
good.
they did not do a lot of changing as far as cutting hair or anything like that.
11 had her haircut.
Besides her. Like, I'm talking about the boys. Like,
do you remember the video that they did?
The one with the teeth that it's missing?
Dustin.
His audition tape looked like him.
I don't know his name.
I can't remember what his name is. I don't know their actual name.
It's really difficult to pronounce.
I knew the Noah name because Jimmy Fallon, I think, had all of them on the show, and so I follow the Tonight Show on Facebook, and they've put their names up there. So
I want to say it was Jimmy Kimmel. Who is 11? Do you know her name?
Millie Bobby Brown, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so they had her on. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, but she did a rap.
That was Fallon.
Was it Fallon?
Yeah.
Yes, she did a rap thing, and it was actually really good.
It was. Plus, she's getting silly stringed at the same time.
So.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
They all are squirting each other with silly string while she's trying to rap.
Dustin's name is Gaten Matarazzo.
Nice.
Gaten.
Wow, that's a name.
Matarazzo or Matarazzo. Speaking of first takes, like you're wondering how many takes it took. Did we ever talk about Breaking Bad, the pizza throwing scene?
One take.
I
right?
think-
They did it in
In
one
one
take.
take.
They had multiple pizzas set up. They had
Ready.
a lot of people ready to be on set for an entire day. Bryan Cranston got it in one throw.
Yep.
That house exists in real life, and they have just fenced it off because people keep on throwing pizzas on the roof. It's really in New Mexico. That's a real
great.
house. They filmed it on location.
That's funny.
Isn't that freaking like just nuts? I mean, I can see that being a thing because people are like, "Haha, that was a stunt in a show. I want to recreate
Well,
that."
it's just kind of
moment."
like the thing like with the Szechuan.
Szechuan.
I can't say it. Szechuan.
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 I can't say it.
Can you say Szechuan?
Szechuan.
There you go.
You tried.
It's just like that like the
Go
thing.
ahead.
Never mind.
What?
I'm done.
Let's talk
talking about it.
Thor real quick.
Oh yeah, Alex and I went and saw Thor on Sunday. Spoiler-free
saw-
review.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. Yes. What did you think, Alex?
I'd give it a 7.5.
That's pretty low for as much as you were enjoying it.
I enjoyed it because of the laughs, but
Oh, it was
it is
very comedic.
very like it was almost too comedic.
It took a page out of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes,
Like a big
I didn't
page.
think about that. Yes, they did.
Yes.
but I'll tell you what, the opening, or I don't want to do a spoiler.
The opening.
The opening scene where he's like hanging down.
Oh, that was pretty comedic.
It was very funny, but you realize getting the gist of it. I'm like, I know Thor's just kind of had this funny, personality.
Yeah.
But they overdo it. Like, it's funny, I get it, but it was like, oh my god, do we need this every freaking scene?
Yeah, I
Like,
get it.
Ragnarok, if you watch the trailer, Ragnarok, and what Ragnarok is, it's supposed to be the end, like it's like Doomsday of Asgard.
Armageddon.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like it's Armageddon of Asgard, and they really take away from that being so serious with all the comedy.
Yeah.
They do not focus on this actually being a very serious deal, and they just the whole time they're not even in Asgard. They're screwing around on other planets and pretty much just fucking around.
They never really fully explained that one planet that they're on for the majority.
They didn't, but
And
I'm sure that
all
we
the
will.
holes in the sky.
Yes, I'm sure that we'll get some kind of explanation from that, though.
I don't know.
I did like Jeff Goldblum's character.
You did?
I did.
Oh.
I did. I liked his character.
I think he's going to be in.
I cannot remember his name though, even though how many times it's said
I've
that
got
he's like
IMDb up right now.
but anyways, I liked his character. I also liked one of my favorite characters that I've been quoting is that he's like a rock guy.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh hey guys.
hey guys. Hey, what's up? He just has the lightest voice.
I know, and he's supposed to be like this, really angry, tear down, kill people.
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
That's his
yes.
name. It's just
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
So, but I liked his character. I thought the movie in general was just really good, but I remember watching the Avengers movie, and we got done with it, and I was like, I want to go watch it again. Like, it was just that good, and I did not get that from this movie.
I didn't either.
It was a very good movie. It was very needed, but I would also call this movie a filler.
Yeah.
It was very much a filler. It had a lot of information to bring.
I don't think it closes the Thor trilogy.
No,
Like
no,
at all.
it doesn't.
Needed a Marvel movie to stick in the timeline for their whole.
But as long as
plan.
it took them to bring out this movie, bothered me because Thor was almost every 2 years, like
Yeah.
Thor and Thor.
And that's the thing, though, is even in the movie, there is a point in time that he is talking to Hulk, and Hulk goes, "That was 2 years ago." Like they put it in the timeline where this movie is taking place.
Yeah. So the first Thor came out in 2011. Thor: The Dark World 2013. Ragnarok 2017.
I know, that was a big gap.
It's quite a gap.
Big gap.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, he's a little hot.
Chris Hemsworth.
He does get like his hair cut off, and
Shut up.
he's like naked.
I'm just disappointed
Kinda.
there's no Natalie Portman in this one.
No, but they mention her.
They do.
Let's see if there was anything else. I really liked the villain. She was believable as far as like being scary
Yeah,
and threatening, and she did a really good job. I cannot remember who that is, but I recognize
My goodness, Alex.
her. Is that Kate Beckinsale? Am I gonna? Oh my gosh, did I get it?
Kate Blanchett.
Blanchett. Okay. It was a Kate, and it had a last name with a B, so I give myself like 80% on
So for my review, I would give it the same 7.5, mainly just because there's way too much comedy. The Dark World, very serious. The first Thor, pretty serious.
Yeah,
I mean, it had some comedy in it, but it was necessary because Kat Dennings was in it.
I did like, there is a reference back to the Avengers movie.
Oh, they always do that.
No. With Loki and Hulk. And
Oh,
Thor.
yeah.
And
God.
it was
What?
Puny God.
No. But it's the same scene.
It's the same scene, and it is hilarious. Just needed, like everybody got it in the theater.
Oh, of course they
it was
did.
needed, and it was like almost a stand up and just throw your head back and laugh. It was hilarious.
Yeah, so that's about it for Thor. If you're a Marvel fan, go see it. If you're not, I mean, you can pass. I mean, this is almost like a buy it, rent it, see it in theaters.
It's on
kind
that
of thing.
line. It's
this
on that
is like
line.
this is a rental movie.
I wouldn't push it into the rental. I would still actually tell people to go watch it.
Maybe.
I think I think this movie was necessary for what is the next Avengers movie?
That comes out in May.
I know.
Infinity War Part 1.
Infinity War. Yes.
Part
1. I think it was necessary for
Can you
Infinity
believe
War.
That comes out in like 6 months.
Oh, Stan Lee's part in this new Thor movie.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect and hilarious.
Of course. I'm surprised he's still able to go to the movie set.
No,
he's
but
pretty old.
It was really cool how they put him in this scene.
Yeah. So what you thinking next?
What is your problem with daylight savings?
I actually have a story about it. Well, daylight savings time was on Sunday, and for me growing up in daylight savings time was pretty interesting because I grew up in Minnesota, lived there for 12 years, and then I moved to Indiana. And at that time in in the year 2000, Indiana did not recognize daylight savings time.
That's right.
That was the weirdest thing to me, was the fact that it was around that time. We didn't even change our clocks or anything.
Nope.
And I actually missed that, not having to.
I think I kind of do too. I'm not. I already hate it. I was excited to fall back an hour.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I get an extra hour of sleep. It's more like,
for the first couple days, your days feel longer.
it still feels longer.
Yeah, because it's only 8:45 right now, and it feels like 10.
Yeah. I think that's the issue I'm having, is that it is so dark out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's dark here by 6:30.
I want to say around 6.
Yeah. It's dark.
Yeah, dark.
That bugs me.
So
I don't see any daytime.
When I was growing up in Minnesota, regardless of how many times it happened, and daylight savings time was, I'd just be told by my mom, okay, it's daylight savings time, we got to fall back an hour. And I was like, okay. I would always get so paranoid about the fact of whether or not anyone else did it. Like, I was like,
I still get that paranoia where I show up at work on daylight savings time and I'm like, did everyone else remember?
Exactly. That's the same exact thing. It's like I didn't have a scope of the world at this time when I was a kid. So I was like, I didn't even think that was a nationally recognized thing. I thought it was just for, where I'm at or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember getting up and going to school and being like, okay, did everyone remember this, or am I late?
Pretty much. Or early.
Yeah. So that's my spiel on daylight savings time. I just wanted to iterate that as a kid I didn't recognize it as what it is.
It never. I honestly have barely thought about it this week, and I didn't even remember until I got up on Sunday. I was making breakfast, and I looked at the clock on the stove, and I'm like, I got up at 9 o'clock. How the hell is it 20 after 10 already? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm an idiot.
Daylight savings.
The phones change automatically.
They do.
Yes, they do.
95% of the time when I need a clock, I look at my phone.
Right. Same.
Whereas the oven did not.
Yeah. We're
The oven
slowly
is still in the past.
That's right.
we're slowly changing all of our clocks over. Alex just did our living room clock,
She
Which is
can't
a
put it back up.
big-
but she couldn't
clock.
put it back up.
I couldn't. It's a big ass clock.
It is. I'm surprised you learned how to do that and not change the actual day that it shows. You didn't fuck with that, did you?
No.
I'm gonna have to
There's
look at
two
it.
little knobs in there.
yeah.
I did the big one.
Well, I
The
don't
big
know.
one changes the time. The little one changes the day.
Yeah, you didn't change the day, did you?
No,
You
Did you mess with it?
Hey, you turned the big knob.
I did.
You turned the big knob to do the wow.
Is this going over my head?
I guess so.
Okay,
Okay.
so what did you do to change the time?
I turned the big knob.
Oh, there you go.
I don't get how that's funny.
Never mind.
It's also a phrase for men's junk.
I turned the knob.
Slob on the knob.
You've never heard that before?
I've heard that one, but I've never heard turn the knob.
Well,
it
it's
was
just a phrasing thing.
It was. I embellished.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Alex just killed your joke,
I
Brett.
guess so.
Sorry.
She did not like that at all.
Turn the knob.
Turn the
Okay.
knob. Hold the door.
All right. What's this story about wings, etc.?
We went to Wings Etc. on last week Monday. We didn't get to touch on this last week.
I forgot.
And we went with Rick and his girlfriend Darcy. It was me, Alex, Jer, Rick, and Darcy. And Jer went back to trying out the wall.
Oh boy!
Yeah, he did four wings.
He did 4.
Out of 16?
No,
No,
he didn't do the
the
challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
did. He
we didn't
wanted
know
to
that the
do,
challenge was 16.
Yeah, or at least it was. I don't know what
It still is.
Yeah.
It's still 16. But he didn't want to. He wanted to do at least one more wing than he's done, which he did 3. He's
That
done
was
3.
10. That was so weird.
9 years ago.
9 years ago.
9 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How'd he do?
he got through him, but
He
he
got through
was.
Sweating.
Oh.
He was. I'm gonna throw my mic around. He was just.
Like,
not
he
sweating,
was-
crying, snot.
Not just like just
Did he have
oozing from his face.
Yeah,
like food before or after?
he had it during.
I think it was during.
Like before, during, and after.
Well, I think
so
you
he'd
got to
switch.
eat the food you want to eat first.
Oh, that's what he
That's
did.
what he
yeah.
did.
It
Yeah,
doesn't ruin it.
he ate
Yeah.
the wings that he wanted, and then he had the 4.
I wonder
wings.
if
Yeah.
they've changed the flavor or the sauce at all.
I don't know.
I don't.
I tried
think
it.
They
It's
did.
not a good flavor.
Alex enjoys it.
I was like, you know what? I want to try it because I remember it just
You
like
were dipping your fries in his sauce.
I was just I was using it like
Wow.
ketchup. Oh my god, Josh. I was using it like ketchup.
Yeah.
I was just I liked it. Like it definitely like after I ate like 4 or 5 fries and it got back in the back of my throat.
Uh-huh.
Shut up. You guys are on a roll tonight. My throat was getting like really tight and it was like I started to feel the heat.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time I was like, I want more.
I only had like a small amount, and it kept me warm for a good half hour.
I felt it like the heat
Yeah.
come up from like
I
mid
didn't
chest.
after a minute. Like I don't want this anymore. I don't want that
Yeah.
heat.
I wanted it.
I would like to try Buffalo Wild Wings blazing again, just because it's way different and hotter from when I had it last.
Yeah, we talked about that on the a couple weeks ago. I remember putting a photo of you doing the blazing wings.
Well, it was a self-made dare. Tony dared me to do it.
You got money
Yep.
out of it.
I did.
You got like $20-30 out
I
of
got
it.
30, I think.
Yeah,
I got pictures.
Ate so many wings
Face
that
is
night
so red and swollen.
yeah.
because I had regular wings because
Yeah.
I told him I wouldn't do it without him also buying regular wings.
He bought you your entire meal.
Oh, he bought everything.
Yeah, he bought
Wow.
everything.
But I wanted
Tony.
I wanted good wings because I liked the wings,
Right.
and then the hot ones so I could at least enjoy some of them.
I can't believe you ate like what you had like at least 15, right? You had 12. I think you had 12.
I think it
don't
was
remember.
through Jer's second wing.
It was a lot of wings. I
Yeah,
ate.
I remember you ate so much.
I think it was Jer's second wing that we looked at him and we're like, how's that wing?
He was like,
He's like just trying to suck it down.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, or at the end of the third, he had one more. He was like, just like breathing. Like he had to, like, it looked like he said it pretty much feels like my body's on fire.
yeah, pretty much.
It's not a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It went away though. I think it was like 20 minutes afterwards. Like he started eating other things and then he was just like, it's gone.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
There was one thing that happened though. I had the best "That's what she said" line I think I've ever done.
Oh,
I'm
not remembering this.
I have it written down.
Okay.
So
I mean, go figure.
What is
Josh
that?
doesn't
What
remember
is what is that game that Rick plays with the ball? The
Golf.
Tough golf.
Tee golf.
Tee golf. Some kind of golf.
Some kind of golf. So there's a little.
He's yelling at us right
You
now.
actually either
Top spin. Right?
that's,
Top spin?
that's a tennis game.
Either way, it was
totally
at
wrong.
Wings Etc. And it's a video game and you play it. It's kind of like
Careful
an
where you're swinging your
It's
arm.
kind of like
You
an
got-
arcade game, and there's a big ball in the middle, and you just roll it to like do like a swing for golf.
Right.
And Rick plays it; it's like his favorite game to play, at least at Wings. So he was playing it, and he plays it all the time, and we sat at this table specifically because
it was right next
to it.
Right.
And Rick was playing it, and someone said, "Can you do it blindfold, or do you think you could do it blindfold?" And he said, "Yeah, maybe the first hole." And I just entered right in and said, "That's what she said." And Rick just like paused, like there was no space for a pause for me to think about it. It was boom, just straight on. He's like, "That was probably the best one ever you've ever done."
Yeah, maybe the first hole. That's what she said.
I said that was what it was. It was, "Do you think you could do it blindfolded?"
I asked him that. That's what it was.
Maybe the first hole.
Wow.
I was like, perfect.
Oh,
I
man.
would.
Great. It was a great moment. Yeah.
But I told Rick that I would that he had made the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I would say it on the podcast.
And you want me to remove that off of our business card, which makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, you can talk about that.
There's not much to say.
We made business cards. It's
not. I wouldn't classify it as a business card.
It's not a milestone.
It's more of a advertisement.
A key to listen, watch, and follow us.
The shirts were a big deal. I think that's another step.
I'm not downplaying it. I just don't think it's categorized as
right.
a business card.
I'm just trying to make it.
You go out
guys,
to
we have business
eat,
cards. We're
you
excited
leave one
about it.
on the table.
Yeah.
That is if you give a good tip. Shut. Really? This episode just better be titled "That's What She Said."
It should
the
be.
entirety of it. So yeah, that was our Wings Etc. story. Brett,
Huh?
what is going on with Hulu?
Okay, so as part of my playing and watching, I've been watching a series called Step by Step, which is from the 90s, TGIF, all that.
You're still on that.
Yeah, I'm about done. I'm on season 7 of 7. So,
okay.
Remember, most of the episodes I remember somehow, 20 years later. But I get to season 6, and the first episode airs, and I'm like, boy, they did not. Basically, what happens in the series is that a major character leaves at the end of season 5.
Mm-hmm.
It was. Do you care who the characters are?
I'm probably never going to watch it.
So, kind of one of the main comedic characters left. And
was that Kirk Cameron?
No, Kirk Cameron was not in it.
What am I thinking of then?
Well, Kirk Cameron was in Growing Pains.
Growing Pains. Sorry, I was confusing those two.
Sasha Mitchell is the character that left. He played Cody, the cousin that was kind of, yeah, dude. So he leaves, and he had to leave because he was taken off the show because he had some legal issues. But season 1, they introduced a new character and never say anything about him leaving.
Really?
It was just gone. And then, as I'm watching through the series, there's major inconsistencies with the new character. And even his storyline as how he entered into this season. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what is going on here? These writers are all over the place.
What was the name, the character that left?
Sasha Mitchell was his real name. Cody
Lambert.
Yes.
That guy.
So
Okay.
there's a 2 episode. There's 2 consecutive episodes where in the first episode, a character is mentioned. Oh, you're that person from there. Mm-hmm. And the next episode is what they're talking about. So they were like flipped.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So I get to the last episode, and the last episode in season 6 is actually supposed to be the first episode in season 6 because it gives one tiny mention of the character Cody and that why he's not there.
Really?
And they introduce the new character that's just there in what they have as the first episode.
Whoa.
So I'm like, this series, they have episode 1, season 7, season 6, episode blank.
Yeah.
It's in chronological order is completely incorrect the way it should actually be.
Is that
weird.
Hulu's fault?
That's what I want to know. I'm like, did Hulu assign these numbers, or did they get that from, Miller Boyette, which is the production company? I don't know what happened, but it is awful, and it's the only time, maybe not the only time, but it's the biggest mess up in a binge watching kind of show, and a streaming show that you can binge.
I've got another one that I can kind of touch on.
I wanted to take this into a binge topic because I know we've talked about binge before.
Oh yeah.
But there's one thing specific I want to say about it, but go ahead with what you're saying.
The show Scrubs did this same thing. In season 7, the chief of medicine, Dr. Kelso, leaves Sacred Heart, which is the hospital that they're in. Do not spill that, Alex. Yeah, there you go. All right. And I want to say it's like the second or third to last episode of the season. Season 7 happened when the writer's strike happened back in the late 2000s. And so this, he was written off, or he was leaving the show because he's retiring and all that stuff. But the last episode, he was back as chief of medicine, and everything was as if nothing happened. I think it was because it was a high production episode. It was a fairy tale one. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was back as chief of medicine, but it was out of chronological order, and it still bothers me to this day, but I'll get over it.
What I wonder about with this season 6 of this show specifically is it listed as it aired on TV? Because I'm going to guess it probably wasn't. And if it wasn't, at the same time, how many did they film before they aired? I mean, there's no way that airing them as a new show or a new episode in their time slot, they would put season 1 at the end. There's no possible way they can make that mistake.
Right.
So maybe they got them over to Hulu wrong. Maybe Hulu put them up wrong. I don't know. But when it comes to binging, it really bothers me when writers, don't acknowledge something that viewers are going to see. It's kind of like an insult.
It is, because it's just like, oh, suddenly he's off.
But yes, and at the same time, well, even in season 7 of this show, there's 7 kids. They just get rid of one of them and never mention them.
Oh my god!
And
it's kind of like in that 70s show, Lori's just gone.
Yeah,
and then she comes back as a completely different person.
Well,
different person.
And Donna had a sister in season 1. There's in one episode.
Donna had a sister.
She did?
Yeah, Tina.
Do not remember that.
Well, it's because whenever we start that 70s show, we don't watch season 1.
Yeah, we usually don't watch
it.
it.
I don't like season 1 at all.
The episode where they go to the house to party in the pool, the empty pool.
Is that where Kelso has the keg thing?
Yes.
The tap?
I remember the scene, but I
don't know that was
really
season
remember
1.
the episode.
I don't remember that being season 1.
They find a keg and Eric ditches class and they find a keg in the road.
And Kelso and Hyde go to a liquor store to buy a tap, but you don't have to be 21 to buy a tap, or 19 or whatever their age was.
Comments about being 21.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter, you don't need to be 21 to buy a tap.
That's right.
Or actually, it probably would have been 19. Because back in the 70s.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyway,
whatever.
Going back to the show. So it irritates me when they don't acknowledge
a character loss.
A character loss.
Yeah.
Because a TGIF show, Family Matters, there were 3 kids at one point, and after season 5, they got rid of the youngest daughter. She's just gone. Never existed.
You know what? I kind of remember that.
So, when it comes to binge watching shows,
yeah,
I think that when you binge, when old shows like that, the writers, I get it. They can leave major holes because to their minds in the early 90s, none of these shows were meant to be watched from beginning to end in days, not weeks. These shows were aired once a week for, a full season.
Yeah.
So now when you watch them, you watch a whole season in 3 or 4 days, you see every tiny little hole that the writers
I didn't think about that
in there.
But there are some shows where it's solid, like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Like they kept theirs very solid. They did a good job with that.
And some stuff. There's it's been so long since I watched through Seinfeld, but I know I've caught small stuff.
Yeah.
I think maybe Jerry's dad was different, or his parents were different.
George's parents.
Okay.
They changed. They changed his dad. I know that.
Okay.
To the guy with the mustache, the shorter guy.
Yeah.
I just remember that.
You mean Jerry Stiller?
I meant George.
Well, George, but Jerry Stiller played Frank.
Yeah.
In the later seasons.
Yeah. They replaced him.
So, part of me is annoyed, but other parts of me is just like, hey, that's a kind of a product of the time, and I get no one had any idea you were going to be able to watch all the shows right in a row if you wanted to.
That was never thought of, It's just crazy.
my favorite show of all time is the Andy Griffith Show,
Mm-hmm.
and because I know so much about it, they never used to bother me, but now I'm in a Facebook group with a bunch of fans,
Yeah.
and
really?
so every now and then people will point out just these major inconsistencies in the writing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. Like Barney Fife, okay?
Yeah.
Famous character.
Yes.
His middle name changes throughout the series.
That's right.
It's like Barney P. Fife.
Yep, I know
And
P.
then there's one episode where Andy's like, I thought your middle name was Oliver. And then another, he's got this book from when he was a kid, it says Barney Milton Fife.
What?
I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, I know that's the 60s, you know.
Yeah.
There's one other one that's major. I never forget it. But in season 4, Barney talks about being on the job for 10 years as a deputy.
Okay.
So, but in episode 1, they literally have a short conversation about how he's new on the job.
Yeah.
So you have season 1 to season 4. Somehow in season 4, he got to be a deputy for 10 years. And then in season 5, they have an episode where it's his 5th anniversary as a deputy.
Okay, so in season 4, technically he would have been on the job for 6 years before he started complaining being on the job for 10. So, in that sense, 6 years is considered being a newbie in a job.
Yeah,
For them.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's just, we're never meant to know about them because, obviously shows now, especially dramas, it's literally
A timeline. Yeah.
right straight through. Maybe
Yep.
there's a small break,
Mhm.
between seasons, whatever and whatever.
Mhm.
But the old shows, it shows,
Yeah.
It does.
Family Guy tried to do that, and it doesn't work
How so?
when Brian died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They tried to keep that arc for as long as
Yeah.
they could,
And
and
they brought
people
him back, right?
hated it. People hated it so much.
I think Brian sometimes is more of a main character than
Well, Brian and
Like
Stewie.
anything.
A lot
Brian-
of,
yeah, they have their
well,
own.
the show's been on for so long now, but a lot of episodes tailored towards Brian and Stewie's.
Yeah, there was another dual actor thing that they were mimicking. I can't remember what it was, but it was in early television where they had a pair, like
Yeah.
two guys being off doing their own
It
thing.
could be Laurel and Hardy.
What?
Laurel and Hardy.
What the fuck is that?
That's a comedy duo from way back in the day.
Yeah. Anyways, we're getting off topic
That's
there.
basically all I have to say. I mean, I like being able to binge, and I guess it's just a kind of an homage to old shows. There was never really a thought, and so they could leave out some major holes in it. And maybe it's less of leaving out stuff; it's that staffs change,
Mhm.
But I have to think if I'm one of the actors, and maybe it just doesn't matter, but I would maybe if I read it and I noticed this glaring hole, maybe you say something about it.
Yeah.
At the same time, they might say, "Well, we're not rewriting it." So,
Didn't
Yeah.
Andy Griffith help write that show?
I don't honestly know.
I'm pretty sure he had some production value into it.
I'm sure he had some kind of role,
Yeah.
but I don't know to what extent.
Yeah.
That's kind of embarrassing to say. My favorite show.
I don't
should know that.
think you need to know the entire
I don't think you
staff.
need to know everything.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of directors in there that were nobodies and still are.
Could be.
So
Do you wanna do No Shave November?
I was just about to talk about November. The fact is, November is really big for men because it's No Shave November.
Yeah.
Do you know what No Shave November means? Like what the mission
Isn't
of
it
it is?
a like prostate cancer awareness?
Here's the mission for noshave.org. No Shave November is a web-based nonprofit organization devoted to growing cancer awareness and raising funds to support cancer prevention research and education. So, No Shave November is basically a month-long journey where you do not groom yourself, just to promote the knowledge
Okay.
of cancer.
Correct yourself when you say groom.
No, it says it
Above
right
the
here.
neck.
It says it right
Really?
here. No Shave November is a month-long journey during which participants forego shaving and grooming in order to evoke conversation and raise cancer awareness.
Actually, yeah. All right, now I see why. Because I mean, if you don't groom yourself, you don't shave yourself. You're like, dude, are you okay?
Yeah.
You're letting
much.
everything go a little out of whack here.
Yeah. So I have taken part in this before, and I hate it. But I also hate facial hair, so it's just the worst.
Hey, you told me the other night that you have a love-hate relationship with your I was gonna say your man hair.
Well, I mean, it is, right?
It is.
You're not wrong.
Okay, I meant like your facial hair.
Yeah. It's kind of like I know it. I can use it to stylize however I feel like.
Yeah, you could have a mustache one week, a goatee like the next day, and then you can have like chin strap tomorrow.
I won't do chin strap again.
Yeah.
No more chin straps.
You could grow out a beard in a week.
No, not a week. Well, I mean, I did grow this in a week.
Yeah.
We're over the chin strap phase.
Well, I could probably still pull it off.
No.
No?
Nobody.
This is the new chin strap. Like I like the.
Just the whole face.
It's like you have like
Well,
a
and
beard.
the only reason
chin
I
strap.
ever had one is because I thought I couldn't grow a full beard like I have now.
Little did you know
And there it is.
that you have a
Wait,
beard.
little did you know? There it is.
Yes, it is. And you were saying you'll probably not take part this year.
Well, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I've always been in a job where I may need to look somewhat professional, and I mean, even though it's for a good cause, it's really not professional to have a shaggy above the neck.
See, I've always told Josh if he does it, which I don't care if you do it or not, it's fine. The only thing that I can't have it
Is
is
my
I
mustache.
can't have his mustache.
I hate my mustache too. Like that's just the worst. It bothers
and
my
I feel
nose.
like that grows the fastest
It
out
does.
of everything
It
on your
does.
face.
You had it for Walter White.
I did, and it was the worst month.
It was the worst month.
I hated it. I hated it. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to pull up the slider of me being Walter White.
You did a good job,
it's
though.
4 years ago.
Yeah, you did a good
4
job.
years ago. So why I wanted to also bring up No Shave November, Cold Stone is doing a promotion for tomorrow.
Oh, I saw
Like
this.
the Cold Stone Creamery.
Free ice cream for people with beards.
Cool.
That sucks.
But it says here, Beardos, November is finally upon us. For one whole month, you'll have a legitimate reason to shoo away the naysayers trying to get rid of your brilliant beard. Yes, No Shave November is here, and even your significant other wouldn't begrudge you the opportunity to raise awareness for men's health issues. So, and it says also, for all the men and women, why not, who tirelessly maintain your beards, sometimes against stiff resistance, Cold Stone Creamery is about to make your Thursday, November 9th, 2017, a whole lot better. Free ice cream is on the cards for those of you with a face full of connected whiskers. Their words. That
All
was
right.
their words.
Isn't that weird?
What?
Whiskers. Like I know that that's another name for like facial hair is whiskers.
Yeah,
I know it's a really old term,
it is.
but it's weird.
Well, it's because it's just, I think the phrase of whiskers is just, hair that's
Well, I mean,
patchy or
I
longer
get it,
than
but
others.
it's weird.
Yeah,
to say
your
whiskers, just like
beard
stockings.
is weird. So
Weird.
there's a fine print. The promotion is only available for the first 50 people at each outlet.
What?
But it's Cold Stone and it's November.
Cold Stone and it's November.
Still free.
Free is
You know,
free.
There is a catch,
People go nuts.
Wait,
for free
wait. What do you
stuff.
get for free? Just like an ice cream cone? That's
Well, the photo that I'm looking at,
Big waffle cone
it's pretty
sundae, but
freaking crazy.
There's
It's
no
like
way you're getting that
it's a chocolate brownie Reese's peanut butter ice cream mix in a waffle cone.
in a waffle bowl.
Do you want to
Waffle
go?
bowl. We'd have to be there on like opening. We work.
never mind.
We are adults.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
we have adults.
That's fine. I don't care for ice cream that much.
Oh, I love
mean,
ice
I
cream.
love ice cream.
My go-to if I ever do ice cream is either cookie dough or cookies and cream.
I like cookies and cream, but Moose Tracks is my favorite.
Isn't that one with peanuts?
No.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, little tiny Reese's cups.
Oh, I thought they had little caramel ones.
No.
Are you talking about Ben and Jerry's?
No.
Oh, I might be
Moose
talking about.
Tracks is just it's just like Rocky Road. A lot
Okay.
of different brands do it.
Yeah. Alex, what's yours? We never talked about ice cream.
I like.
Don't say mint. Are you gonna say mint?
I was gonna say cookies and cream or some kind of mint chocolate chip.
I don't believe mint belongs in ice cream.
I like it. I don't know
It
why.
adds to the coolness.
I just.
I think that's why it's already cold. I don't want to be
You don't want to
That's
brush your
not-
teeth with ice cream?
exactly.
I like mint.
I just it makes it taste refreshing. I don't know. I just like it. I like it.
I think it's fine.
I like mint chocolate chip and didn't we get a mint cookies
Yeah.
and cream?
They have it. Breyers has it.
That would be good.
Oreo mint.
That or Twix.
Twix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twix is a good one.
You like the Rolo one?
Well, the Rolo one's okay, but I like the Twix more.
Yeah.
But if I were to go for anything, just random, just cookies and cream.
Would you
Yeah.
rather have plain flavored ice cream and toppings you choose, or a crazy flavor like
Crazy
we've
flavor.
been talking about?
Crazy flavor.
I agree.
Toppings just don't do it for me, you know?
Although I do like hot fudge.
I'm gonna say I do like hot fudge.
is the only one I'd go for. That's all I got at Dairy Queen all the time, which they jack their prices up, by the way.
Dairy Queen it's good, but it's way too expensive.
Yeah.
And it's very the soft serve of it just feels way too sugary, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
ice
do,
cream.
I know.
It's not healthy.
I know.
You can't get healthy ice cream.
If I go to a chain for ice cream, I usually go to Culver's now because it's custard. But
Oh, I love Culver's.
really good.
Yeah, Culver's is great. I was gonna mention. Oh, we all three of us should go try the Yummy Bunny
We should.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, we need to do that.
podcast trip.
Yep. Podcast trip.
But I doubt they're
we should wear
open.
all of our. We should wear our shirts and everything. Walk in.
Toss
and
out
then
business cards.
business cards everywhere.
I'm not sure. No, they're definitely open because they were, lines out the door all through like February and March last year when it was still 30 degrees.
And I
Yeah.
think that's the first location.
Yeah.
And it's privately owned.
It is. I know who owns it.
You know the person?
I went to school there.
Hook a brother up. Give me some of that Yummy
No,
Bunny.
I found that out because my sister, I believe she told me who owns it. It's her and her husband.
Oh, okay.
And
And they just came up with this idea.
I believe her and I were in either track or choir together.
You went to school.
Yeah, we went to school together. I know who she is.
Okay.
She looks completely different than she did in high
Nice.
school, but yeah.
Nice. All right. Where do you want to move on to next?
Let's talk about GameStop.
Yeah, GameStop rental. Alex has some facts on this. So apparently GameStop is bringing out a rental service.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about their brief track record.
So I think we should give a shout out. Do you guys remember who gave us the topic?
Nick.
Was it Nick?
Yep.
Nick
Yeah.
Hale.
So shout out to him for giving us this topic tonight
job,
on our
Nick.
precast meeting.
Absolutely,
Which, by
yes.
the way, you can catch us every Wednesday night before we actually do our podcast, and we do a precast episode at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Where?
And we go live on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts.
Very good.
So there you go. There's a plug.
I used to always like
It's one less for me.
GameStop, and one thing happened, and it made me so mad that I don't think I ever gave them any more of my money.
Yeah.
And then
I'm sure they miss you.
No, they don't. Well, they miss anybody who's.
I was
not
being
spending money,
sarcastic, but
because they do not give good value for trade-ins.
they don't.
And I don't know if I even like trade-ins. I don't like to trade stuff in. That I haven't been able to this generation anyway because I've been buying all digital.
You'll sell stuff,
Yes.
though. But you
I will
won't go to
sell.
GameStop anymore.
No, I don't. I
You
haven't
done?
been
No.
in a building in a GameStop in years.
Yeah.
And they just a few years ago they decided to do a credit card
Mm-hmm.
that these early 20-year-old kids are going to apply for and charge 30% interest.
Yep.
So I saw it as taking advantage, and I know they have to be competitive.
They do.
Because they're going up against all the stores.
They're going up against more enemies now than
Yes.
they were 10, 15 years ago.
And I'm kind of surprised.
Competition, I should say, not enemies.
This rental, I'm sure, is just a way to get more, revenue.
So do you know anything about it?
Well,
I do.
Sort of. But Alex has all the details.
Alex
so we'll let her
wrote
talk
down
about
a
it.
whole bunch of stuff
I sure
about
did.
it.
So I got some key points here. It's going to be called the GameStop Power Pass.
Yep.
Okay.
And that it's actually going to be starting November 19th. So coming up here.
Wow, that's soon.
You're going to pay $60, and that's going to be for a 6-month membership. So, and I can't really say membership because it's you subscribe to. Oh yeah,
So
membership.
Subscription.
That's $10 a month. So right there, that's the same price as like Game Pass.
But you are paying for one game for 6 months. Okay, go ahead.
So subscribers will be allowed to rent unlimited amount of used games over the course of 6 months, starting November 19th, and $60 is going to be the subscription cost. You're going to have everything from classics to new games. They're going to. All right. So here's the thing. It's not going to be a ship to the house kind of deal. It's not going to be a red box. You have to go to the store to pick it up.
It's fine.
If you go there and
Right.
the store does not have the game that you want, they do have the option for the ship to store, and then they tell you
Okay.
when it's in, and you can
So
go
I'm
and
going
get
to
it.
pause you right there.
Sure.
I'm seeing a lot of problems already.
So basically, what this says is we have this huge catalog of pre-owned games.
Yeah.
And they're just taking up shelf space. So
Well-
let's get them into people's houses and charge them for it.
Hold on, Alex.
And I'm not
Just
saying
wait.
that disparagingly. That's their vision. But that's their idea with what they have right now.
Right. I'm seeing just a lot of, they're getting rid of a lot of their filler, and it feels like already, before you get into any more description, $60 is way too much.
It seems high. I agree.
Way
For 6
too
months,
much.
unlimited amount of games to rent.
I
think that's a steal.
So what if someone else wants to buy that used game?
I'm sure they have the ones for rental and the ones for buying. So anyways, that actually brings up my next point here.
Okay.
So subscribers must be registered members of the GameStop's Power Up Rewards program, which is free. Well, they have a free tier.
They have they have the black card and
Yeah.
the platinum card.
So it doesn't say that you have to do you can do the free one. And then the other thing is the subscription includes the choice of one free used game to keep at the end of the 6-month period.
Okay. So here's my.
So you also get a free game out of
Does
it.
it sound like GameFly?
basically a game fly out of a building. But
Yeah.
what I think is that you got to play a lot of games in order to get your money's worth out of this.
At least one new game a month.
So it's 60.
I would feel like this would be a
Or not
good thing
new, one
for like if back in the day in the 90s, this would have been awesome as a child.
Oh, we would have done it.
Like if you have kids, I can see this being worth your while.
Yeah.
Mom, can I get this? Can I rent this? Can I get this? Like, because they go through games like crazy.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's kind of.
I mean, I don't see how it's. I don't think it's any better than Game Pass, although the selection is going to be better because there you have all the consoles to choose from, and not just Microsoft.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I wouldn't pay it, but I don't. It. Like I said, if you play a lot of video games, you're gonna have to get this to pay for itself.
So the other thing it says the Power Pass is not renewable. I don't know what that means. That's all it said.
I'm guessing you can sign up for it at 60 or 6 months at a time.
Yeah, you have to go back to the store and be like, I want to re-sign up.
Oh, okay. All right, that's probably what that means.
Also, one downside to this is that you have to, and you may not have to wait long, but if a new game comes out, so Call of Duty World War II, you can't rent that
Yes.
until someone trades it in.
That's
Which
true.
actually happens a lot sooner than you
Yeah,
think.
Yeah, I
once,
think so, too.
once people are done with it, they go and they trade it in.
Yeah.
Now, I've said a lot of negative things. There is one thing about GameStop that I do like,
Yeah.
and that is, and it doesn't speak to me because I buy digital, but if you're buying physical copies and you want to pre-order, you don't have to spend $60 to pre-order it. You can I think you have to put down 10%. Then you can just pay on it. It's like layaway.
Yeah.
Which they're the only place, I'm pretty sure, that does it that way. And then if you even pay $50 and like, I decided I don't want that game, put my $50 towards another game, and they'll do it.
Yeah.
So that I think is
I didn't know they did
very,
that.
very good. But that's really the only thing that's good.
Right.
That's all the information I have on it.
So,
I feel like that's enough. But
so it's called the Power Pass.
Power Pass, GameStop Power Pass.
$60 for 6 months. That's like a gym membership.
Kind of.
Any membership for 6 months seems really short to me.
Well, and I think doing it for 6 months, I think is a good way to, maybe if they get enough people, they'll have a year subscription.
Sure.
But I think this is a good way to start things
Oh,
out.
GameStop is in trouble. They need to do something.
They're becoming the Blockbuster. Blockbuster is going to go bye-bye.
I want to bring up Blockbuster when we're done with this.
Blockbuster. GameStop's going to be the Blockbuster and go bye-bye.
Yeah, I want to bring up Blockbuster when we're done with this.
Okay.
But since hearing about Toys R Us, and knowing about Sears and Kmart and Circuit City, all
Brick and mortars.
all these big chains just gone. GameStop is a specific spot for gaming, and everything's going digital, and they know they're in trouble. They need to do something to bring people back into the stores, and this is kind of like their last desperate move, it feels like.
Yeah, I think it's a good move.
It's not a bad move. I think that if it was like half the cost, I would do it.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to have any benefit.
They
won't see a benefit for $30.
Well, if enough people do it, then yeah, that's
Still-
$30 they're getting.
It's $30 and it's inventory that's not in the store.
And
Now, it's going to be coming back. But
Yeah, all right. A used game normally runs anywhere between 50 down to 99 cents. So if you're getting something in the middle there, like $30, maybe even 40 if you want to raise it just a little bit, then I would see a lot of people doing this.
Plus, you got to also think about, let's say you rent a game and you like it so much you want to buy it. So then you go back to the store and buy it. So
Yep.
you got to think there's going
That
to be
happened to
people
us.
that rent it and they're like, oh, okay, well, maybe they'll like it so much they want to own it, so they'll buy it. And then
Yeah.
there's money. They've made money right there.
We did that with Destiny.
We did that with
We did that
Destiny.
with Call of
GTA.
Duty,
Call of Duty,
GTA,
You
Titanfall.
just use the red box instead of a program like this.
But yeah, it was the fact was we wanted to play these games. We just didn't want to buy it entirely. We rented Destiny so many times.
We overpaid.
We
for
should have just
Destiny.
bought
We
it
should've
for
just bought
you.
it.
Like I bought my own
know.
copy and we were renting yours because you weren't sure if you wanted it.
Well, that's what I like right now about the Xbox sharing
Mhm.
is that we finally
buy
don't have to.
one
We
game.
don't have to buy $120 worth of game. We just have to buy 60, and then you can just share it to me.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yes, but you
nice.
also have to think about, and even I am guilty of this. If you know there's a game you like, you want to buy a copy for each of yourselves to give the publisher the money,
I
so they will
understand
keep
that.
making that. And I understand $120
That's
is
a
a lot of
lot.
money,
It's a lot of money.
but maybe you buy one, and then when it goes on sale, well, that's
We did that with
counterintuitive.
Destiny.
Yeah.
It came out in September of 2014. 2014.
Sure.
And we rented it enough up until Black Friday. We got your copy as a Black Friday.
We did.
I remember it being 35 or something.
Yeah. With
Yep.
some kind of
I mean,
crazy price.
I've only in 2017 I bought one game brand new, and I haven't bought any others, and I have not done a good job at supporting the developers and the publishers that put out the games.
I
that I
leave
like.
that to the people
Yeah.
that have the money to do that.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Every time a new game comes out, I don't have $120 to just here you go.
I hear you.
So speaking of games, I want to talk about Rock Band.
Yeah.
But then we have to talk about Amazon Key.
Yeah, we really do. Oh shoot, we have a lot. We have one other thing we have to talk about too after those, and I know we're getting close to playing and watching, which we've said most of our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might need to. We can just skip it this week, I think.
Let's
Probably
just-
watching.
Let's just do what we need to do.
So Rock Band on the, I believe it is the 17th of this month, will turn 10 years old.
17th of this month. You know what
Hmm.
is significant about the 17th of this month?
Go ahead.
Well, for one, you got the Punisher,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
and
I want to make sure I'm
for
right.
two, Battlefront 2 comes out.
Really?
Is that the 17th?
Yep.
Are you going to get it, Brett?
Well, I might wait and see if it's on sale during Christmas.
Or Black Friday is the next week.
I like
Exactly.
how we
you
just
never
had this
know.
conversation, Brett.
Exactly.
Yeah, we really did. We really did. I was wrong. It was the 20th.
You
So-
still have to be a budget shopper. It's a conundrum.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, November 20th, 2007 is when the first Rock Band came out to the North American market.
Mm-hmm.
It was a niche genre
It was booming. It was booming pretty well for the
for
time.
shortly. It
Uh,
boomed
You know,
shortly.
it's still booming.
We can blame one
still booming.
company for this, for the crash of the
Harmonix?
music industry.
Activision.
Activision.
They
Yeah.
annualized it just like
They-
they did Call of Duty.
They pushed Guitar Hero out so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where they wound up, because there was Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3,
It was
Roxy
ridiculous.
80s,
Went up to 5, but there were
6.
there were expansions.
And yeah, they had Metallica. They had
Van Halen.
Van Halen. Aerosmith, I think, had one too.
Aerosmith.
I think Aerosmith had
Green
Unless that was
Day.
a rock
Didn't they have
band,
Green Day?
No, that was Rock Band.
That was Rock
Okay.
Band.
Rock Band had AC/DC as well.
And then they also had Band Hero.
Yeah.
Like that was the one where you could do 4 drums at a time if you wanted to. Or
wow.
yeah. It was messed
I always
up.
wanted to play AC/DC, Rock Band AC/DC,
Really?
but I never got to.
I have it.
You have
So-
a Rock Band AC/DC?
I have all the
We
AC/DC
have
tracks on my
everything.
Rock Band.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have the actual.
I had the
standalone.
disc, but
We
all I did was
transferred
just
it.
all I did was transfer all the
Oh.
music. So I
We
have it on my Rock Band.
What, over 400
Oh, we
downloaded
have-
songs?
I
We
want
have
to
a
play
lot.
it. I want to
We
play the
all right. So
AC/DC
Rock
songs.
Band
We've
is
got a lot.
Rock Band is easily the most money invested game we have
Yep.
ever.
Yep.
Only because we were into it. So like our days and our weekends when we were living in Chicago in our early 20s, that's what we lived off of. It wasn't going out to
That was our
bars
entertainment.
because we couldn't afford to go out to bars living there.
Sure.
It was buy a bottle of cheap vodka invite some friends over, and play Rock Band all night. It was like setting up our own karaoke in our basement apartment and jamming out to that and getting drunk.
Yep.
And it was, oh my God, this song's out, buy it. Oh my God, this song's out, buy it. And it went from having just like the standard songs to transferring some songs from another game to all of a sudden we have over 400 downloaded songs.
How is it cataloged or how many?
Oh, you
don't go through all 400 when you want to find a song.
You can go by band.
You can search band, title, newest, oldest.
Yep.
I thought Rock Band was good. I liked the presentation of Guitar Hero a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. It's a little more cartoony.
Yeah, and
Rock Band.
I like Rock
not
Bands
so
better.
much, I don't know. Just a personal preference. I played more of Guitar Hero, obviously, and one song I did get on Guitar Hero was the Mjolnir mix.
Oh, yeah.
That was really cool.
Yep. So I was looking at the list of Guitar Heroes.
There's a lot. I was just going like this, scrolling through. I was like, oh my God, there's too many.
There's just
there's way too many.
Why did they do that? I wish Activision didn't. But I mean, I remember before Rock Band came out on the Xbox One, there was a survey that was emailed to me. Would you purchase a Rock Band game for the next gen console?
Yes.
And I said, absolutely, I will.
Yes.
Because that's just my party
That's
go-to.
what we've done. We've just upgraded. First we had it for the Wii.
For the Wii, we had Rock Band 2.
And then we sold that.
And then Rock Band 1, sorry.
Yeah, we sold Rock Band 1 because we had it for the Wii. We sold that to get it for the Xbox. So we sold that, got the money, put that towards Rock Band, bought it for the
Rock Band
Xbox.
2. Yep, Rock Band 2.
And then we sold parts to that and then upgraded to
3.
On the 360.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, 360, and then after that we went to and we
4.
upgraded to 4.
Yep, I got
and
rid
now
of.
that's on the 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
So you can just trade things in, and like it's really easy to put money towards it. You just trade things in and upgrade it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's expensive, but the other thing we do is most of the time it comes out like if there's upgrades or guitars. Or expansion packs. They come out around Black Friday, and you just go and you get that. I totally just drooled everywhere.
Oh no!
I was just like, bleh.
I don't have a napkin, Alex.
Oh, it was just a little bit.
How dare you do that on camera? Like I didn't even see it.
I don't know if you can see it, but I just like went bleh.
She gleeked.
Gleeked.
That's drooling while you're talking.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it was when you like spit through your teeth.
Oh, don't do
that.
Like
use your tongue to.
Don't do it.
I can't do it.
I used to be able to do that when I had a gap in my teeth when they were coming in when I was little.
Yeah.
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 You just like spit water through it.
Let's talk Amazon Key.
Yeah, this has been on the board for 3 weeks now.
Yes, let's talk Amazon Key. I only know like a tiny bit about it,
has
and I am going to tell you no.
It hasn't really since the first initial reports.
Okay.
So basically what it is you buy something on Amazon. Not only is it delivered to your house, but it's taken inside your house.
Okay.
So here's...
No.
I'll give you one benefit. I'll give you one benefit to this.
Okay.
You're not home.
During the holiday... No, a benefit.
Yeah, I'm telling you a benefit. You're not home, you're not going to lose your package delivery.
Okay, so that's it.
That's one.
There are people who will drive around during the holidays and wait to see packages on porches and steal them.
I am a victim of that.
Yes.
That happened to...
So,
I wanted that game.
I know.
This eliminates that, or at least reduces it.
Yes.
Did they say a release date? Like, are they coming
I
out
have
with
not
this?
heard any.
Let me see if they have any
specifics
facts
about this.
out.
Okay.
But it comes out in the news just before the holidays because this has been a major problem for the last 2-3
And
years.
they lose money. I mean, they will replace things.
I do not know how.
Okay, the title of this article: with Amazon Key's launch, customers and lawyers have lots of questions.
Yes.
Exactly.
Wow.
If you leave your home completely vulnerable to a delivery person.
Oh, it's already started.
Okay, but what are some of the details?
It started today. Amazon Key begins Wednesday, November 8th. That's today.
Oh, well, I guess that's significant that we're talking about it. We waited 3 weeks for a reason.
That's right. It was on purpose.
On purpose, totally.
So I want to know where the liability is. Like, how liable is Amazon?
A stack of pages this long with liability written on it. That's what I told people.
Okay, so...
Whoa. Did you? I'm really sorry I'm interrupting you, but I'm reading this article.
Is it about Amazon?
Yeah, okay. It's about Amazon. Last year, law enforcement requested Amazon to help in a murder case in Arkansas.
Okay.
Apparently, there's something to do with Amazon. I said their investigators attempted to get the company to hand over data collected by a nearby Alexa. If that instance is any indication, Amazon may resist a legal demand to open up an Amazon key lock. So this is kind of like the iPhone thing with what happened was it last year or a couple years ago, where it happened out west. There was that ranch that was taken over by guys by a. Am I just talking out of my ass? You guys are staring at me.
I don't remember.
You
don't remember this?
What you're talking about.
And Apple was requested by the FBI to
Oh yes,
their cameras and microphones or something. I'm drawing a blank here. Where the location was?
Yes, I remember now.
I think it was in like Nevada
Apple,
or
I
Utah.
believe Apple resisted because of privacy issues.
Yes,
and they got,
people were pissed.
Took heat about it.
That goes to show, though, companies have access to it. Who's to say whether or not they're going to hack that stuff either way?
And if they had given in, a bunch of people also would have been pissed because it would have been, that's an invasion of my privacy.
Yeah. So, anyways, Brett, continue with what you're saying. You hold on a second.
I'm just reading this article. And there's a lot of stuff.
Okay,
I'm good.
Continue what you're saying.
I don't know how it works with what the delivery person is responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
If you come home and your house is trash and you've been robbed, and the only thing that happened was you got an Amazon package delivered that's not even there now, what are they liable for? And at the same time this story came out, Walmart put out a story talking about, we'll deliver your groceries and we'll put them away for you. I don't see any world how that could happen.
Absolutely
well,
not.
hold on a second. If you have the money and you have kids, you get a nanny. You trust that nanny.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm not interviewing every single person that's at my
this
door.
Is the same thing?
I'm saying, what if they have a specific person for each region, and you grow to know this person? It's kind of like at my job, we have the same FedEx delivery guy, so I know him. He knows me. We have conversations all the time.
I just don't
it's just
see
like that.
How that's feasible.
Alex is giving a face
especially think about the turnover with Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing you got to realize.
But this isn't Walmart. This is Amazon.
No, but I'm just saying in
it's
that kind of service.
It's going to be a bunch of turnover.
Is it personally Amazon that's delivering it, or is it the post office? Is it FedEx? Is it the UPS? Do they have access to your house? I mean, who's getting this?
I don't. That's a good question.
So, Josh, I don't know if you can look this up or not.
I'll try.
How do they get in your house?
They're given a key, hence the name.
Amazon key.
So who do you give the key to? I mean, I guess we should probably look at more details on this, on how it actually works. Anyways, my biggest concern, just because I'm a pet owner, that right there, just saying that, there is plenty of people that, for instance, today I was supposed to have my smoke detectors inspected and a light bulb changed.
And she went nuts.
And my dog, they said on the phone, now can we enter without your permission? I said, no, I have a loose dog. And that is like number one thing that they have written down is if you have a loose dog, we are not allowed to enter your house.
That's got to be, pets have to be in the fine print,
That's got to be a major fine print.
Because, you have a...
I'm not going to walk in there and then all of a sudden, if I'm this person, hold on, Josh, if I'm this person delivering these packages, you're giving me a key to your house. I walk in. I'm supposed to just put them in your house, shut it, and lock it.
You guys,
if there's two big ass dogs just sitting there looking at me, you're done. I mean, that's liability for a stranger walking in and you getting bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in order to do Amazon Key, I think you have to purchase this Amazon Key in-home kit, which includes
that's what I heard.
an Amazon Cloud Cam, Key Edition, indoor security camera, and compatible smart lock. So they have. That's the access they get.
What's the cost of that?
$249.
Holy hell!
Actually,
and it says available in select areas. So I want to check on that in a second here. So it says features and details. Not at home, not a problem. As a Prime member, you can get packages securely delivered into your home without being there. Plus, grant access to the people you trust, like your family, friends, dog walker, or house cleaner. No more leaving a key under the mat. So they're given a combination.
Okay, so it's not just delivery. It's just it's a system.
And you can watch on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not necessarily just for delivery from Amazon. It's actually you say, hey, you know what? Here's the code to my Amazon key, and you can come inside or.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
And they have an actual. They actually install it. They have an Amazon person install it for you.
Okay, so it does not say anything about the fact that they still have access to the inside of your home.
Mm-hmm.
You have a camera watching.
Okay. Power's out.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Or, you know,
I don't think this goes on power. I think this is its own locking mechanism.
Okay. Something happened. Someone hacked my. Okay, it's a computer system. It can be hacked.
I want to know. Well,
I don't know, there's so many scenarios.
Either way, it's not available.
Either way,
no
matter what, I would never, ever, ever consider this.
Seems like it's just too risky, but I understand. That's why
they're giving you the security that you're wondering about. Access to someone in your home. You have the camera there. You can get notified where your package is, watch it, see it get put in, door lock, and everything. I mean, I understand the security breach and people freaking out about it, but
not all places are able to do this. But I think at this point, I would be more inclined to have something sent to my job rather than home.
Right.
Now, if you work at Walmart, you can't do that.
Right.
But,
see, we live at a townhome. I would prefer, if it was allowed, I'd prefer to have the package just delivered to the office and I go pick it up. But it can happen, but there's a bunch of stuff. No, if I have a big package or something, I have it sent to my mom's. Yep. I don't have it sent here.
Right. Are we through with Amazon King?
I think we're done with Amazon King.
Can we talk about this one thing that was suggested by one of our viewers?
Oh, yeah, we got to hit that.
That's what she said.
Who was it? Do you remember who recommended the early Christmas decorations?
That also might have been Nick.
You know, you're the one that does the live.
I know, but it was on live. I apologize. If
I just remember as soon as I heard it, I was like, we do need to talk about that.
It was right at the end. Right at the end. It might have been Patrick.
Okay. Either way. Early Christmas decorations.
Thank you for giving me.
I think it was Patrick, actually.
I think it was Patrick. Thank you.
So retailers bringing out their Christmas stuff. I knew that they were doing this before Halloween already, and the fact that they're playing radio, stations have Christmas music playing. I get it. People want to celebrate the holidays, but give it a minute.
You know what?
We haven't even had Thanksgiving yet.
Let's not talk about the retail aspect because that is nothing new.
We already know.
I think what it is it's a lot of work to put up Christmas decorations. So you think, I'll do it on December 1st. It's only all this work. It's only up for a month.
Right.
If I do it on November 1st,
unless you live in our house,
it's done exactly.
I mean, we'll keep our Christmas decorations up until like freaking Easter. We did that one year. Oh, we had that conversation last year.
Until June in 2015.
No, it's never been that long. No.
It hasn't been off by much.
March. Beginning of April at the latest.
It was definitely April, I remember.
Was it last year we were recording the podcast and we still had
Yes.
I think
so. Because we were sitting down at the table at that time.
That's right. We're sitting downstairs.
It doesn't bother me or the Christmas stuff out already.
I enjoy Christmas.
Even if people,
I love it.
They're in their own homes.
Right. Right. Alex?
December 1st.
Really?
Yes.
You know what was the rule in my house?
Actually, the rule in our house was the rule that we usually go by is the day after Thanksgiving.
Yep. Day after Thanksgiving or the weekend.
Yeah, I think that's good.
But that's towards the end of the month anyway.
Would not put up a Christmas tree in my home until probably December 1st.
Well,
I think Josh and I, we usually don't even put ours up until like the week before Christmas.
You guys wait
we keep it up forever.
And then we keep it up forever.
You know what is crazy? In the Christmas episode of Garfield, they put it up on Christmas Eve.
Actually, there's a lot of Christmas episodes where they put it up on Christmas.
I wouldn't do that.
Not just episodes. I'm talking about in general, life in general. People do that.
I wouldn't.
I really want to say I've participated in that.
I would not want to wait till Christmas Eve to put it up.
Right.
Because there's a reason why they call it, the reason why they say season's greetings, because it's an amount of time.
Well, they're also just trying to not offend anybody with other religions.
In your own house?
Just in general, when people say season's greetings or happy holidays.
I meant that you put up a Christmas tree long before Christmas because it's a time period.
It's a seasonal thing.
Yes.
Like there's people that are still that celebrate Christmas all the way from this month until maybe even February.
That's crazy.
Well, it's because families can't get together.
No, I get it. But I can't do it.
We celebrate Christmas on Christmas and then pretty much up until New Year's.
Well, it depends on which family.
Depending on our traveling.
Depends on which family, where we're at.
Yeah. But Christmas is like a week and a half long for us.
Yeah. Yep. It's a season for us.
Yeah.
Practically. Like just its own like thing that's
but
longer
as far
than a
as
day.
all right, the one thing that bugs me was Okay, Christmas music is allowed to start the day after Thanksgiving.
No, well, depending on who you ask, because it's on now.
I know. I found that out today when I was driving around doing errands, and I was pushing the seek button going through because there was nothing on, and I got to one of my presets that is like a 90s 80s station, and I'm like,
it's 95.1.
No, 103.9.
Okay.
And I clicked on it, and all of a sudden I start my music was down low, and so I couldn't really hear it. And all of a sudden I hear Christmas Shoes, and I'm like, I started singing along to it, and I didn't even realize. I'm like,
what?
Wait a second.
She hates that song.
No, I love that song.
No, what's the song you hate? Santa Baby.
Santa Baby. Oh, I hate that
terrible.
song. I'm bringing out the Grinch in me here. But no, I had it really low, and then I started to sing like the first couple notes, and I looked down at the radio, and I double checked what station I'm looking at, like it wasn't some kind of like AM or whatever station. I looked down, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, it's November 8th. Right?
Yeah.
I'm right? 8th?
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Yes.
November 8th. I think that is now the earliest I've ever heard Christmas
I've heard it
music.
November 1st.
That's not when I heard. I mean, I haven't been listening to the radio, but that is the earliest I've ever heard
Bullshit,
it.
you haven't. You listen to the radio all the time, and you complain that
Okay.
I don't hear a song until 3 weeks after you do. I like the song, and you're like, I'm annoyed at this song. Turn it off.
I listen to one station, 2 stations at work, okay? And they're played all day.
I get it.
And those stations are stations that will play Christmas music the day after Thanksgiving.
I get it.
So that's what I mean. I don't listen to the
See,
radio.
I wouldn't listen to Christmas music this early because I would start to get tired of it by the time we get to Christmas.
Well, coming from people that worked in retail, we heard the same 10 songs.
Yes, but at the same time, I tuned it out.
Eventually, it just becomes white noise.
Yep.
It does. It does.
Or you're too
but-
busy to even think about the music.
Very true.
Because you're sweating balls helping 3 customers at the same time, trying to get one person a TV, another person an Xbox, another person a locked DVD or something. I don't know.
Yeah. There was
It's
like
crazy.
not even a 2-day gap between when they were putting the Halloween at our grocery store that we go to.
Mm-hmm.
There was not even a 2-day gap between going there a couple days after Halloween and then going and getting groceries, that everything is gone and now it's Christmas.
Yep.
It's just 2 days. It's
Well,
Christmas.
they still had the clearance section.
It's like this big.
Okay, it's like at
There's
least
like nothing there.
4.
But it's like
shelves.
everything now is Christmas.
Yeah.
Halloween is gone. It's over with. I get it, but November is still fall. We've only had fall for like 4 weeks. It's still fall. We went and we skipped fall, and now we're like in winter. Christmas time to me is winter time. Like it makes me mad. Like I like Christmas time, but it also makes me mad because I hate being cold and I hate the snow.
Alex is rambling.
Let's
I'm
get out
sorry.
of here.
Well, we didn't touch on the Linkin Park concert. We said we would touch on it, at least give our few cents on it. On October 27th, the remaining members of Linkin Park did a performance, a 3-hour performance. They were on stage for 3 hours.
3 hours.
With multiple
You can still
other
watch
artists.
the performance.
Oh, yeah, you can go to their YouTube.
You can go to their YouTube, and they had it recorded. And they did exactly what I wanted them to do. Is they streamed it live. At I believe it was 7:45 California time. So I was 10:45 our time.
I was on my way back. I was talking about this last week when
that's what
Jared
we
and I
talked
were
about last
driving
week.
back.
But I did not expect them to be on for 3 hours. I expected like an hour and a half. Max.
Yep.
And honestly, I'm surprised they made it through 3 hours.
They did okay.
The first hour was just, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was
like
hard.
you could tell that it took a lot for them to go up and do this. A lot.
Took a lot of courage.
It wasn't like, I'm really glad that they
a lot of focus.
They did what they did. And I think it helped them out. Was it said celebrate life with Linkin Park and friends.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought in members, just certain members from other bands. One of them being M Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold and Sinister Gates. They brought in Jonathan Davis from Korn. Sum 41 was there. Oh my gosh, there's.
Who's the country? Sheryl Crow?
No, there was someone else there.
Who's the blonde chick with the big mouth?
I cannot remember her name. No, but so there was a lot.
There was a lot of bands.
They only actually announced before the concert 5 or 6
Blink
people.
182 was there too.
Yes, Blink 182 was there.
Yep.
There was a lot.
It was a great concert.
Yes, it was a great concert.
A little hard to get through the first hour because you can tell they're very rusty because...
No, it's not they're rusty. It was, you could tell this was put on and they are an emotional wreck.
Yeah.
Like Mike just looks tired.
Yeah.
Like he looks very, he's always this very happy.
They changed the set list multiple times before they even performed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Mike even talks about, he said there's a set list here, but there was another one next to it that was wrong, so they couldn't figure out which one was which.
And I mean, if you've ever been to their concerts, it is
precise,
on point every single time. Like one song leads into the next, which into the next, and they know they have this much time to be able to say something in between songs.
They have gaps. Yep.
And there was at one point during the concert where they were starting one song
and it
messed up a little bit, and Mike went to go start and was like, nope, hey, stop this. Chester would have said, this is bullshit, start it over, and that's the way we're gonna do it, so we're gonna start it over.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like bad, but he made it like a funny thing.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, if you're a Linkin Park fan, and I know there's a lot of people I've been watching on Twitter that are saying in the comments, like, I still haven't watched it, I can't bring myself to watch it. You just need to watch it.
Yeah.
I told myself this a million times. I prepared for it since they announced it. You just need to watch it. You're going to cry, and you're going to cry a lot, but you're also going to get that feeling of excitement and joy and everything from watching them, because they have fun.
They do.
Towards the middle and into the end, they have fun.
Yep, you can see it.
The one part that I lost it as far as crying was, I think it was like 20 minutes in.
They played Numb.
They play Numb, and they have a microphone in the middle. They shut off the lights, and there's just one beam of light over the microphone, and it's got like some leaves and stuff on it. And all they do is they play the music. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. All they do is they play the music, and the crowd sings it.
Yep.
And it just... I was torn to pieces. Like I kept waiting for him to come out. Like that was the feeling, is I kept waiting.
So
it was, and his wife came out and said,
yeah, that was a long speech too.
Yeah, she said a speech, and she was up there. You could tell she was shaking, and like she's like, you can tell she's not she's not doing well.
The Avenged Sevenfold performance was fantastic.
Josh and I have been wanting Avenged Sevenfold and Linkin Park to play
collaborate or something,
for a long
together.
time. This is definitely not the right time for that to happen. But it was
good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good. I was very happy that a lot of people came up and showed their support and helped out.
Yeah. So check it out if you're a Linkin Park fan. If not, if you're fans of other bands in that performance, do it. So are we good to go?
Yep.
I think so.
Welcome back, Brett. Before I do the plugs, T-shirt Tuesday is on our Twitter page. It just started up yesterday. If you're listening to this tonight, started on November 7th, Tuesday, November 7th, which as a time of recording was yesterday. It's gotten some traction immediately. A lot of people are engaged, and we want you to participate as well. So all you have to do is go over to our Twitter page, which is at PTOUnlimited. Like the post, retweet the post using hashtag PTO giveaway for a chance to win our T-shirt. It's pinned on the top, and Brett and I are wearing it. If you're watching on YouTube, we're stretching it out a little bit. Sure. Nice logo. It's very beautiful. If you didn't hear your name on the previous ones, I mean, go back. They're 20 minutes, 30 minutes in is when we do our T-shirt Tuesday giveaway winner pick. So episode 81 was the last one where we did the giveaway.
Well, this episode is 83.
Okay.
The last giveaway, though.
Yeah, that was...
The last announced winner.
Yeah, then it was probably 81.
I think that was 81 or 82. Shit.
Well, either way, just go back and listen.
Yeah, go back and... it was 81. 81 and 78, 77, one of those two.
One of those two.
Go back and listen. Two of our winners have not contacted us, so we can't announce who. You got to listen to win.
Gotta listen to win.
Just say, hey, go back, do it. The one that's going on for this month will go on until the 29th of November, and when we'll do the giveaway on our podcast. So just remember, listen to win is the key thing. So without further ado, guys, it is time to plug it in. So if you are listening to us, remember there are other apps you can find us on as well. We are on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, Blueberry, TuneIn, Satchel, the Xbox One podcast app, Google Play Music, and Podbean. And as always, we thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Everything that we do, and you guys engage in that, we thank you guys very much for that. And watching us on YouTube every Monday, that's where we're at. We thank you guys for joining. Hopefully this one goes out successfully with all of the bullshit we've been going through the past 3
Yeah,
weeks.
We had a blooper last time.
You think we were
Amateurs.
new at this?
Yeah. Oh, man. Frustrating. Very frustrating. If you want to catch us on Exploded Radio, we are on exploded.com or on the TuneIn app. You can look up Exploded Radio. We are there every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. That's where they play our most recent podcast on there. Monday through Friday at the same time, they play other podcasts as well, so you can get introduced to new ones. And don't forget about us, though. We like you guys staying where you're at. If you want to ever want to follow us on any of our social media apps, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. We're also on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. If you want to catch us live, as Alex stated previously tonight, on our precast meetings, which is our pre-podcast meeting where we talk about what we're going to talk about before we talk about it, you can catch us live on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday night. And if you want to just go back to Twitter. Go to this one's Twitter.
Why are you saying that? We had a little bit of...
We had a mix. Alex couldn't figure out how to stop the camera.
They had some kind of upgrade.
So Brett just...
see my face.
Just
You see a big
face of his face.
Big blow up.
So watch 83's precast meeting. What's up?
If you missed last week's precast meeting, we did do a fun candy guessing game.
Yes, we did.
For spirit of Halloween.
My tongue got tinged.
Yes. So go check that out too, as well.
Yes, please do. Check out our precast meetings. We do fun stuff on there. We have conversations and little slip-ups here and there that are pretty funny.
I'd like to thank everybody tonight, though, because we had a lot of participation.
Yes.
So thank you to everybody tonight who participated in the precast.
Thank you very much. Watch Stranger Things, by the way. You know who you are. If you ever want to email us about any topics you want us to talk about or chime in on something, relay something to us, just give us a shout out, something. Email us at ptounlimited@gmail.com. If you ever want to follow me on Twitter, I am at lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
All right. Let's do this. Let's go. It's been a...
Get out of here.
All right.
Do it.
Do it. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Bye.
Bye.